Good morning to you. This is the Monday, March 28th edition of the Carolina Weather Video. I'm meteorologist Matthew East here with you, and an interesting storm system pressing through the region today, bringing some snow to some parts of the region. And what a chilly weekend. Some spots in the Piedmont were in the 30s all day yesterday. At most, in the cold air damming areas of the Piedmont, it was low to mid 40s yesterday. A chilly weekend. And a lot of cool air staying in the forecast for us for about the next week or so. Now let's talk about this morning's storm system, though. That's the broad view of the composite radar imagery. And a good bit of precip stretching from the Piedmont back into Middle Tennessee at a little after 5 a.m. That's a closer inspection of the Carolinas. And at the time I'm cutting this video, the snow was confined to the mountains. But this is a deal where we have temperatures aloft that are cold enough, roughly say from Highway 64 northward, that as the precip settles in, we'll probably see some snow mixing in, and in some instances maybe kicking over to all snow for a while, I-40 and points north. And this could be enough to whiten the ground in some spots. Now, the ground temperatures are fairly warm. The roads should only be wet, but I do think there could be some spots with grassy and elevated surfaces that turn white later on this morning, mainly for the I-40 corridor and points north. But anybody really in the Piedmont's fair game to see at least a few wet snowflakes mixing in for a while this morning. But this system's in and out pretty quickly, and for the Charlotte and Triad zones, the precip should be over roughly by lunchtime. And there's the temperatures this morning. It's still pretty cool, and again, a lot of cool air is in the forecast. There's the watch and warning and advisory type of situation. The mountain counties here, that's a winter weather advisory for the snow this morning. The Piedmont and even coastal plain areas that you see shaded in white, that's actually a mini spot. That's a freeze watch, especially in the Piedmont zone. That's a freeze watch coming up for tonight. Now, let's talk about this morning system just a little bit further. That's the NAM precip. That's the 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. precip totals. That's why this is a snapshot of the RPM. This is from 9 a.m. or valid 9 a.m. And anywhere you see these shades of pink, that's where it's indicating some snow mixing in with the precip. And this is what the NAM puts out for snow accumulation. This is back on the zero-Z run. So again, could see the grassy and elevated surfaces turn white, especially I-40 and points north, a little bit later on this morning. But this is a novelty water cooler type of deal. No problems from this, but kind of interesting since it's the end of March. All right, there's the European upper air chart for early this afternoon. There's our disturbance scooting by, and it's an active, quick-hitting pattern. Here's the next system swinging in on Wednesday. And as we get into the upcoming weekend, this is the tail end of the week. This is Thursday evening, 8 p.m. And the European wants to keep this trough in place through a good chunk of the weekend, whereas the GFS moves it out a little bit quicker. I'm going to side my forecast here with the European model this morning. So there goes the system. This is the GFS, just showing you what it's printing out, and then I'll show you some of the other modeling snapshots here. The system presses out from the I-85 corridor, should be gone by lunchtime, I-95 later on this afternoon. Here we are tomorrow. Now I need to mention, it's going to be cold tonight. A lot of spots probably dipping just below the freezing mark across the Piedmont early tomorrow morning. It should be a much milder day overall tomorrow. Tomorrow's high is up toward the upper 50s, even a few low 60s. And then the next system rolls in by the early morning hours. Wednesday looks kind of like a rainy, fairly chilly Wednesday. This is going to be another system where there could be some thunderstorms in Georgia and South Carolina, but most of North Carolina, except maybe the southeastern part. That's on the chillier side of the system once again. All right. GFS, and then things get really complicated toward the end of this week. GFS, this is zero-Z Friday, Thursday evening, has another low pressure popping near the coast, some precip spreading through. And then just kind of a series of disturbances in. This is Friday, and that's Saturday. And the timing of these things is going to be very tough. This is the Canadian. There's our Wednesday system on the Canadian, the low near Savannah. Then it heads out to sea Wednesday night. And then the Canadian brings another little system through Thursday night and Friday. And again, the timing is all different amongst the medium range models for what happens after Wednesday. I'll show you the European. Here's the Wednesday system spreading on through. Surface low tracking from really central Georgia to parts of the North Carolina coast, and then it brings another system in later this week around Saturday, Friday night and Saturday. So, I'm going to go ahead and mention a lot of clouds as we get toward the second half of this week, still staying fairly cool. And there's going to be some precip chances in there, but timing those out is still a tricky proposition once we get past our Wednesday system. Wednesday looks like a chilly, kind of rainy day, at least a cool day and rainy day. And then the timing of disturbances after that is a bit challenging. Now, a lot of folks wondering when the warmer weather is going to return. It looks like a lot of the indices are pointing toward the second week of April, getting back toward a warmer pattern overall. We'll see. All right, that is it for today. Thanks for watching. Have a great Monday, and God bless.